Okay, I cut myself off there. So let's look at this equilateral triangle. And each side is 10 and the angles are 60 each. So what is the height of the equilateral triangle? I'll draw a height straight down. It's at 90 degrees. And this is also considered an isosceles triangle since these two sides are the same. So it does divide this side of 10 into equal parts. So this is 5 and this is 5. This is the key part to know with equilateral and isosceles triangles. When you drop this height down from this vertex, then you will divide the opposite side into congruent parts. Not only that, with the equilateral triangle, we're not going to use the Pythagorean theorem like we did with the isosceles. We can use the idea of the 30, 60, 90 triangles to solve for this h. So this triangle that we just created by dropping down this height is a 30, 60, 90. The formulas for 30, 60, 90 tell us that you take the short side and multiply it by rad 3 to get the long side. So h is equal to 5 rad 3. Now, the area of a triangle, any triangle, whether it's equilateral, isosceles, obtuse, acute, whatever kind, is 1/2 base times height. 1/2, the base is 10. And the height we just found is 5 rad 3. 1/2 of 10 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. The area is 25 rad 3. So that was finding areas and missing pieces of triangles. Now we'll look at the trapezoid. For number 6, we're given a trapezoid with bases of 6, 8, 6, 8, and a height of 10. Now the height, let's see, the area of a trapezoid is equal to, we have two equations up at the top here. We're going to use the top one, 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times h. It has a little b and a big B, but I think of it as base 1 and base 2. So area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. That's equal to 1/2 times 6 plus 8 times 10. That's 1/2 of 14 times 10. 1/2 of 14 is 7. 7 times 10 is 70. The area for this trapezoid is 70. There are two ways we could find the median here. I'm going to do it the standard way, I guess you could say. The median of a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 the sum of its bases. So that's 1/2 6 plus 8. And that's equal to 1/2 of 14. That's equal to 7. Now you could use the other equation for the median, which says that the area is equal to the median times the height. And since we found the area to be 70, and we know that the median is what we're solving for, and we know that the height is 10, then we could divide both sides by 10, and we would get that the median is equal 7. We could do it using that formula, or we could use the standard formula for a median. Okay, the median is 7. Number 7. Trapezoid with bases that are radicals. Here's a trapezoid with a base of 3 rad 2 and a base of 5 rad 2 and a height of 2 rad 2. And we're asked to find the area. The area of a trap is equal to 1/2 times the sum of the bases, 3 rad 2 plus 5 rad 2 times the height, and the height is 2 rad 2. There's a lot of radicals in there, but they don't have to be that complicated if we just do it step by step. We'll leave the 1/2. 3 rad 2 plus 5 rad 2, those are like radicals, so we add the two numbers on the outside, 8, and we are left with 8 rad 2, and that's still times 2 rad 2. Well, I can multiply 1/2 times 8. 1/2 of 8 is 4, so that's 4 rad 2, and I'm going to multiply it by 2 rad 2, and altogether that's going to be 8. And then rad 2 times rad 2 is 2, and so the final answer is 16. The area of this trapezoid is 16. What is the median? The median is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. So that's 1/2 3 rad 2 plus 5 rad 2. That's equal to 1/2 times 3 plus 5 is 8 rad 2. And that's equal to 1/2 of 8 is 4 rad 2. So the median is 4 rad 2. Now, if we take that median and multiply it by the height, let's see if we get an area of 16. Remember, the area is also equal to the median times the height. So let's just check. If I take that median of 4 rad 2 and multiply it by the height of 2 rad 2, I get 8 times rad 2 times rad 2 is 2. I get 16, and that's the area we found by using the other formula. So it checks. Number 8, trapezoid. We're given that the area of the trapezoid is 50. One base is 12. I'll just say that this one's 12. I don't know if it's the big one or the little one. One base is 12. The height is 5. The whole area is 50. The whole area is 50. What is the other base? The area of a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Sometimes I write it with the height here, sometimes I write it with the height here. Doesn't matter, it's all being multiplied together. It's commutative. Okay, the area is equal to 1/2 of base 1 is 12, and we don't know the other base, so let's just keep that as B2, and our height is 5. And that's all equal to 50. We have one equation with one unknown, so this is very solvable. Now, there's a lot of different ways we could go about getting B2's solution. What I like to do is clear this half out. So I multiply everything by 2, which means this becomes 100. And then 2 times 1/2, those cancel out, and we're done. So we get 100 on this side equals 12 plus B2 times 5. We'll have to distribute this 5 out. We get 100 equals 60 plus 5B2. I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides. I get 40 equals 5B2. Dividing both sides by 5, I get 8 equals B2. So the other base is 8. The median for this trapezoid is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. So the median is equal to 1/2 of, well, the first base was 12, and the base we just found was 8. So that's 1/2 of 20, which is 10. Now, just to double check, to see if my median and my base and my areas are correct, everything's correct here, just to see if it kind of jives. Area is equal to, an area of trapezoid is also equal to the median times the height. We're told the area is 50, the median is 10, and the height is 5. Okay. Oops. I'm just adjusting my computer here for a second. Alrighty. That was number 8. Number 9. The area of a trapezoid is 50. This is 50 in here. The bases are 12 and 5, and the height is what? What is the height? Okay, once again, we can use the formula. The area of a trapezoid is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height, and we'll plug in what we have. 50 is the area, 1/2 times the two bases are 5 plus 12, and we're solving for the height. One equation, one unknown. So again, I like to get rid of this half by multiplying everything by 2. So 50 times 2 is 100. And if I multiply this by 2, the half gets canceled. So I end up with 5 plus 12 times h. Well, that's 100 equals 17h. 5 plus 12 is 17. Divide both sides by 17, and h equals 100 over 17. And that is the height for this trapezoid if the area is 50 and the two bases are 5 and 12. The median is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. So it's equal to 1/2 5 plus 12. That's equal to 1/2 times 17. That's equal to 17 halves. So that's our median. Just out of curiosity, if I multiply this median, remember the area of a trapezoid is also equal to the median times the height. So if I multiply this median, 17 halves, times the height of 100 over 17, do I get 50 as my area? 17 and 17 cancel. 50 over 1, yes. I found the right median and the right height for this trapezoid. Okay, number 10. Trapezoid, and this time we're given the median and the height. We're given this is 6 and the height is 5. One base is 9. Let's say this one. We're asked to find the area of this trapezoid and the other base. Now remember, there are two formulas for the area of a trapezoid. 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height, which is what I've been using so far. But now we're given the median and the height, so I'm going to use this formula. The area equals median times height. The median is 6, and the height is 5. So the area is equal to 30. Remember, there are two formulas to use. This one makes very quick work of the area. Now I'm asked to find, this is 30, the other base. Well, the formula that uses both bases is the area of a trapezoid equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. It's the other formula, right? So we're going to use this other formula to solve for the base. We solve for the area, that's 30. That equals 1/2 times. One base is 9. We don't know the other base. And the height is 5. That's what we're solving for. Because we already have the area, we can plug that in. So I like to multiply by 2, so I get 60 equals 9 plus B2, all times 5. Still solving for B2, I'm going to need to distribute. So 60 equals 45 plus 5B2. Distribute the 5 to the 9 and to the B2. Subtract 45 from both sides. 15 equals 5B2. So B2 equals 3, dividing both sides by 5. The second base is 3. I'm just going to double check that everything kind of jives together. The area of this trapezoid is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times 5. That's 1/2 times 12 times 5. That's 1/2 times 12 is 6 times 5. That's 30. And that is what the area is here from the median and the height. So it's looking good that we are right. Okay, number 11 and 12. I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to put it on the next part.